So this video is going to be a tutorial video, basically a tutorial on how to get this look, which is a very neutral, natural, casual, everyday look, and it's also really good for back to school. If you're not wanting to go with really full-on makeup, this is something really simple. So I hope you guys pick up some tips or tricks that might help you with applying your makeup every day. Of course, like any tutorial, you can adapt it to your own products. I will show you the colours that I'm using, but you don't necessarily have to use the exact product that I'm using. Whatever you have, if it's a similar colour, even if you adapt it to your own colours, that will work fine as well. But it's basically just a casual, everyday, back to school kind of look. If you have any questions at all, or any requests, any comments, anything like that, please comment below and let me know. But let's get started with the tutorial. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you again really soon. Bye! So the first step to this look is just to establish a nice, clean, natural looking base. In this case I've used MAC's Studio Fix Powder Foundation and a flat top brush. Just working it in and blending it out, and that gives a nice, natural, even finish. I mean, it is only a natural look, so if you are wearing it to school or to work or something like that, and you don't want to have a lot of makeup on, so that's a good base as well. If not, just a light foundation, but I wouldn't be using too much, particularly if you are going to school. Just a powder, it should be okay. The next step that I like to do is actually to define my eyebrows. So in this case I'll actually be using just an eyebrow pencil. So if you are going to be using a pencil, what you're wanting to do is small strokes and then blend it out. You don't want to do a harsh line, otherwise it won't look very natural. So just doing, basically you're just filling in the gaps. So that should do, and then it comes with a side that looks like that. And you just sort of blend it out. And then what I like to do is just go over it with a little bit more powder on the top of the brush. Just to give it a more natural look. So the next step is to establish a good base for your eyeshadow to go on. So I'm just using a MAC cream colour base, and this is in Hush. So it's got a slight shimmer to it, but it is still nude based. You can just use any eyeshadow base, but I'm just using this. And you just want to dab it all over your lid. So when you've got the base down, you're just going to want a really neutral, natural, shimmery kind of brown shade, or matte, depending on what look you're going for. Now I'm using the 88 Warm palette, and I'm using the colour Third Across, second from the top. I'm just going to pack that onto a small fluffy kind of brush. Just pack it down into the colour, just to pick it up. So when you're applying that, you want to get it all over the lid. So starting from the centre and just working your way out. And then the middle. And the inner. Now the next colour you're wanting to use is a slightly lighter colour, and just on the inside, so the inner corner of the eye. So the colour that I'm going for is this one up here, so Fifth Across and the top row. Just getting a little bit on the very tip of the brush, just at the top. And then you're wanting to work it just on the inner corner, just to brighten it up a little bit. Now that same colour that I'm using on my inner corner, I'm also going to use as a highlight, but I'm going to add the one that's next to it, which is kind of like a more matte ivory colour. So just mix them together, okay, and just add it underneath my brow bone. If you're wanting to go for a more adult or deeper look, you can add a slightly darker brown just to this section here. I might actually go with this colour just here. Kind of like a golden colour. It's fourth from the top, third across. Just getting a little bit of that onto my brush. I'm just going to apply that on the middle to the outer. Now to blend it all in, I am going to use that golden colour that I last used. So just this one here, and just getting it on the end of a fluffy brush. And what I'm going to do is kind of just blend all the colours in together. So just starting from the outer corner, just sweeping it gently in. And then across the lid just a little. And across the crease. And then getting a little bit more of the ivory colour just up here. Starting from just up above the corner, pulling it up and across, just above the crease. So that's the eyeshadow done. It is just a very natural, neutral look. You don't have to use that many colours. If you have a naturally shimmery colour, you can just use that. It's not showing up as well on camera as it is in real life. You can actually see a difference between the darker colours and the lighter colours in real life, but you'll have to just take my word for that. Now, it is up to you. You don't have to go shimmery. I have because I just felt like it. But if you are going to school or something like that, I would probably recommend that you stick to more matte tones. The only thing I would do to finish off the eyes is just apply a coat of mascara. If you are going to school, you may want to use like a brown mascara or a clear mascara. I'm going to be using black because I don't own any clear or brown. So that's the eyes done. I don't use eyeliner if I'm just going for a neutral, natural look. You can if you want to, but that's not something that I go for. For a blush, I'm going to be using sort of like a peachy, a natural peachy nude colour. So the one I'm using is a MAC. It's Pincher Peach. And it's kind of like a nude apricot with a little bit of pink. And I'm going to be using a stippling brush to apply that, just so I get a natural kind of look to my cheeks. So you just apply it to the end of the brush, just like that. Do a little smile. And just pull it back. So that's the cheeks done. Now you can add a little bit more of a highlight, and I would just use the same cream colour base or any highlight that you have at all. So I'm using the cream colour base, MAC's cream colour base in Hush. Just getting a small amount and dabbing it just across this part here. And blending that out. Now for the lips, I would also try to keep them neutral as well. So either use something like a tinted lip gloss. This is the Burt's Bees and Peony. Or this one by MAC, which is Lady Gentle, which I also really like as well. So it's just a tinted lip balm. Again, just something really natural. So that's the natural, neutral, back to school, just easy to wear look. It is really, really simple, and you can actually simplify it a lot more than I have here. Essentially, the steps that you're wanting to follow are establish a good base. Now, if you've got good skin, all I would do is just maybe use a tinted moisturiser, or just even a moisturiser, and possibly a little bit of powder or foundation if you wanted to. The next step is definitely defining your eyebrows, because that can change the look of your face. So just to define them, whether you use a gel, a powder, a pencil, whatever it is, then just find an eyeshadow colour or several colours that you are happy with that are neutral and suit you. In my case, I've just used something from the 88 Warm palette and a couple of those colours. There are so many colours in that palette that if that's something that you are interested in and a lot of neutrals, there are a lot of good neutrals in there. But I'm sure that even drugstore brands, you will be able to find neutral colours. They are a staple, so you'll always find them available. I've used 3 or 4 colours across my eye. You can use one, it's up to you. It really is. It's not meant to be a difficult look. Mascara. Clear mascara, for those of you that are at school, would definitely be appropriate. Even brown mascara if you did want something just to give your lashes a little bit more, but depending on how conservative your school is as well. I've used black mascara just to bring it out. I'm no longer in school, haven't been for quite a while. But if you are wanting to be a little bit more conservative, a clear or brown mascara will do just as well. The next step is to find a nice natural blusher that gives you that glow. Now I don't like to use shimmery blushes when I'm doing this look, so I've just used a matte peachy pinky kind of colour. If you did want a bit of shimmer like I've done here, it's just to use a little bit on a highlight. You don't have to do that though, and if you were at school I would probably recommend that you skip out on that step too. And again, for those of you that are at school, depending on how conservative your school is, instead of doing the shimmery colours you may wish to stick to more matte neutrals. So you can still use the same techniques that I've shown you, but I would probably try to stay away from the shimmers just in case. I don't want you to get into trouble. And the last step, instead of using a lipstick, which can be a little bit full on for such a natural neutral look, just a tinted lip balm. Not only are they moisturising, but a lot of them come with SPF, at least SPF 15, and they've got a nice natural colour, so they make the lips look plump and healthy, and they feel really good, and they give it just a little oomph of colour, just enough for this look I think. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions or any other requests, please let me know below. And yeah, I hope you picked up some tips and I hope it was enjoyable. I'll see you all again really, really soon. Bye!